നമസ്കാരം. കൈരളി ടിവിയുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ പരിപാടിയിൽ ബഹുമാന്യരായ 3 അതിഥികളെയാണ് നമുക്ക് ലഭിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. 3 പേരും ബാർ കൗൺസിൽ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ നേതാക്കന്മാരാണ്. 2 പേർ ബാർ കൗൺസിൽ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയിലെ അംഗങ്ങളും ഒരാൾ ബാർ കൗൺസിൽ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ അധ്യക്ഷനുമാണ്. അവരെ ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തുകയാണ്.
My name is Subba. I practice in Visakhapatnam. I belong to Andhra Pradesh. I am currently the chairman of the Bar Council of India.
I am Babu Ram Tiwari, practicing in Gonda, a district headquarter in Uttar Pradesh. I represent Uttar Pradesh in Bar Council of India. I had been the chairman of UP Bar Council formerly.
I am Adish, Aggarwala, senior Central Government Counsel in Supreme Court and member of Bar Council of India.
So, sir, first of all, we would like to welcome all of you to Kairali TV and to Kerala. And we think the viewers would like to have some information regarding the Bar Council of India, what is meant by Bar Council, what are the duties, powers, etc. So as a chairman of the Bar Council of India, you may please.
Thank you, Mr. Sampath. It's indeed an honor to be in Kairali studios and to have the opportunity of talking to the enlightened people of Kerala. Kerala is a very fascinating state with a long history and a great heritage, and the Bar Council of India considers it a privilege to have a conference in Kollam, where for 5 days we had a conference and also a workshop primarily intended for spreading legal education and legal literacy. A variety of subjects were discussed, and this beautiful land of Kerala, delegates that came from all parts of the country were greatly impressed with it. So far as Bar Council of India is concerned, it's the apex body of lawyers. It's in charge of the discipline so far as the legal profession is concerned. It also has control over the legal education, and it is the body which lays down the guidelines so far as enrollment of advocates are concerned. And the state bar councils constitute the primary unit. The apex body of the bar is the Bar Council of India. The state councils send a representative to the Bar Council of India, and they constitute the apex body of the Bar Council, and they are in charge, as I've said, of legal education and also of the conduct of lawyers in courts. And then more than that, they have the power to sanction law colleges and also the continuous law college.
നമുക്ക് പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ചർച്ചാ വിഷയങ്ങളിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. അടുത്തിടെ പൊതുജനങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നും മാധ്യമങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നുമെല്ലാം വളരെയധികം വിമർശനങ്ങൾ പോലും ക്ഷണിച്ചു വരുത്തിയ ചില കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. അഭിഭാഷക വൃത്തിയുമായും നമ്മുടെ നിയമവാഴ്ച, നീതിന്യായ വ്യവസ്ഥ അവയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. അതിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള ചില ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ഇവരോട് ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്. വളരെ മുതിർന്ന അഭിഭാഷകരെന്നുള്ള നിലയിലും അഭിഭാഷകരുടെ എൻറോൾമെൻറ്റ്, അവരുടെ മേലുള്ള നിയന്ത്രണം, അവരുടെ മേലുള്ള ശിക്ഷണ നടപടികൾ, അഭിഭാഷക വൃത്തിയിലേക്ക് വരാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ പഠന സംബന്ധമായ കാര്യങ്ങൾ, അതിൻ്റെ ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻസ്, യോഗ്യതകൾ മുതലായവയെ സംബന്ധിച്ചെല്ലാം തീരുമാനമെടുക്കേണ്ടുന്ന പരമാധികാര ബോഡി എന്നത് ബാർ കൗൺസിൽ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ആധികാരികമായ അഭിപ്രായങ്ങൾ പറയാൻ ഇവർക്ക് കഴിയും എന്ന വിശ്വാസത്തിൽ ആ ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ തുടങ്ങുകയാണ്. അതിൽ ആദ്യം നമ്മുടെ പൊതുജനങ്ങളുടെ ഇടയിലുള്ളൊരു വളർന്നു വന്നിട്ടുള്ളൊരു ധാരണ, കോടതികൾ പലപ്പോഴും അതിലെ ചട്ടങ്ങൾ, അതിലെ കോടതികളുടെ നടപടിക്രമങ്ങൾ വളരെയധികം നീണ്ടു പോകുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. So my question is this to you, sirs. There has been a general impression among the public that, of course, you also may agree that the justice delayed is justice denied, and the people feel that from courts it takes a lot of time, and the cases are dragged on, and they do not get justice in time. What are the reasons for that? Can you explain? Because you are the standing counsel of the government of India in the Supreme Court, and you represent the government in Delhi High Court also.
My impression is there is shortage of judges also. Even the strength which we are having, that all posts are not filled in. There are so many vacancies in the high courts and in the lower court also. That's why so many cases are being listed before the court, and sometimes judge has no time because 200 cases are fixed before one magistrate or high court judge. or sometimes lawyers are seeking adjournment. Sometimes our system is so much cumbersome that on any ground we can file some application and then the other party has to file reply. The said party who has moved application is filing the application. Then court is deciding first on that. So many, that's why in civil matters it takes too much time. So shortage of judges. Sometimes judges are also not interested to dispose of the matters. Then strikes by the lawyers sometimes, this is also the cause. And our lawyers are also sometimes not cooperating. When one party lawyer is ready to lead the evidence, the other counsel is not ready. One counsel is ready for argument, other counsel is not ready.
Yes, so Tiwariji Sahab, what is your opinion regarding?
The question is a very complex one, as you put it, that justice delayed, justice denied, and there is another maxim also, justice hurried and justice buried. So we have to strike a balance in between two. Justice should not be hurried so that it may not be buried, and it should not be delayed so it may not tantamount to denial. This is the actual position, but to my mind, because I practiced in lower court also and I know the problems, and the main problem is the system itself. It has a very prolonged procedure, so many things, and we just are believing in adversary form of justice. That is why everybody has to be given opportunity, and this opportunity, natural justice, these 2-3 maxims also take a lot of time. And as Mr. Aggarwala said, this paucity of judges, the shortage of judges, and the adjournment motions, adjournments are moved not necessarily by bad motive. They are necessarily to be moved in certain cases. Take the case when a client is coming from far off and he is not in a position to come. He is a poor man because of so many factors. And the liars too have their own problems, because you expect a liar to do the case very perfectly, otherwise the bar council will run him down for misconduct and for negligence. That is, he is to be alert. He should be alert when he goes to do the parby of a case in a court. He should be very alert. He may be his own problems, illness, as there is a practice in Supreme Court, High Court of filing illness. So illness may not be necessarily physical illness. It may be social illness. It may be other type of illness in which the liar is engaged and he has to do that. So this question of delay is a very important one, and in case we do not look to it, we must ensure that justice is given as early as possible. For that, most of the cases are delayed because of the government itself. Yes. Government is being the most just a big litigant throughout. They generally do not move. There will be an application without stamp and anything, yes, that so and so has not come, so and so has person posted here has gone elsewhere.
There is legitimate ground for the government sometimes, because the party government is...
There may be legitimate grounds at occasions, but mostly to my experience, I find that most of the things, because they do not take care, they do not care at all that they have to attend to the court and hurry up.
അതെ, ഇവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് അഭിഭാഷകർ ഒരിക്കലും ഒരേ കാര്യത്തിൽ യോജിക്കാറില്ല എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു മുതിർന്ന അഭിഭാഷകൻ, ബാർ കൗൺസിൽ അംഗം, അദ്ദേഹം ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുള്ള വീഴ്ചകളെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് പറയുന്നു. ഗവൺമെന്റിന് വേണ്ടി സ്ഥിരമായി ഹാജരാകുന്ന, സുപ്രീം കോടതിയിലും ഡൽഹി ഹൈക്കോടതിയിലും ഹാജരാകുന്ന ശ്രീ അഗർവാല അതിന്റെ ന്യായീകരണങ്ങൾ പറയുകയാണ്. എന്തായാലും ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു അന്തിമ വാക്ക് നമുക്കിവിടെ ലഭിച്ചില്ല എങ്കിലും ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കുറച്ചുകൂടി ഒരു മുതിർന്ന അഭിഭാഷകന്റെ, നമ്മുടെ ബാർ കൗൺസിൽ ഓഫ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ചെയർമാനായിട്ടുള്ള ശ്രീ DV സുബ്ബറാവുവിന്റെ അഭിപ്രായം നമുക്ക് ഈ കാര്യത്തിൽ കേൾക്കാം.
Sampath, there's a new dimension to it which is never taken into account. One is the population growth in the last 20-50 years. We are more than 100 crores today. And then the litigant public have also increased. Then the number of legislations that have come over the last 40 years, there's been a spate of legislation. So many new laws have come, And then people's awareness so far as legal rights is concerned is another important area which we have been consistently been overlooking. So new cases are being filed. For instance, new jurisdictions are created. Motor accident tribunals are there today. Hundreds of cases are being filed there. Consumer courts are there, numerous cases are being filed. Therefore, consequent on the people's awareness of their legal rights, there has been an explosion insofar as litigation is concerned. There is one dimension which unfortunately nobody is taking into account. My good friend Mr. Aggarwala has mentioned about inadequacy of the judiciary, and then the number of people that are being recruited, judges, sanction strength not being filled. Apart from that, the infrastructure facility, they are not also available. The right type of atmosphere, the ambience which is required for creating courts, and then having courts in Mahafazal areas, having courts at Taluk headquarters, etc. These are things that the government has to seriously look into. Meager 0.5% of the GNP is utilized for the administration of justice, whereas it's very high, is more than 2.5 in Great Britain, it's almost 9% in the United States of America, 17% in some other countries. Therefore, all these have contributed to the delays. Though I do agree that lawyers sometimes take adjournments, but to put the blame entirely on lawyers is not at all correct.
Thank you, sir. So, will it be right if we say that we are still using the old methods, old machinery that the Britishers have left in India? To be more precise, we are still having the British legacy in the Indian judicial system. Is that the main reason for this delay?
Two things. One is we have adopted the adversarial system, which is the legacy of the heritage from Great Britain, our former rulers. Therefore, in this system, you have the plaintiff and the defendant, or the state and the accused insofar as criminal matters are concerned. Now, you have in the European, in the continent of Europe, you have the what is called the system whereby the state virtually has got a sort of an inquisitorial system, which paves the way for a quicker dispensation of justice, which unfortunately is not available here. The second thing is our procedures. If court you eliminate handwriting so far as depositions being recorded by the courts are concerned. I mean, then if you, instead of typewriters, you have computers, etc., probably system can be hastened. And furtherly, by bringing reforms like, instead of recording the evidence being done by the judge, you can entrust the function to a chief ministerial officer, somebody. Now, this way we can devise ways of quickening the procedure of court. And then if you apply the civil procedure code strictly on the civil side, if you have trial of cases from day to day, certainly we can achieve greater progress. And then you should also cut down the number of appeals and revisions. This is another important area. You can also reduce the time that is given for argument. Therefore, in the amended CPC, some measures are there which certainly will pave the way for quickening the pace of justice, is my view.
Yes, sir.
I want to say one thing.
To add
I inspected certain courts in your Kerala, and I found the judges have to do everything, all order sheets, deposition, are to be done in the judge handwriting. This is first state I found. This is the only state where judges are supposed to work under these terms and conditions. Everywhere the courts will have the stenographer, typist, or this elmer.
So, excuse me for the interruption, but in North India, usually all these stenography works are being done by the court staff themselves.
Court will dictate.
Court will dictate
the order sheet, and the steno will note down and type on in the typewriter. In the high courts, it is being computers are being used. Here, everything has to be in the handwriting of the judge.
Yes.
And when 200 cases are there before one judge, how it is, we are surprised how they are able to perform this duty.
But the delay
will
not
naturally
in Kerala. It is everywhere.
No, everywhere. But we have to care for the judges also. It becomes very difficult to